And we are live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Virtual Wellness Vision Board Party 2017. I am your host, Mr. Sherelle Brown, your health concierge. Hello, where we specialize in teaching people how to eat to live and not to die. And this evening, our very special guest is Miss Belinda B.Fit Johnson. Hello, somebody, by way of not Tennessee anymore. It was Tennessee by way of where? Atlanta now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm in Maryland now.
And Maryland, forgive me, by way of Maryland. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, she has a powerful testimony and story that she's going to be sharing with us. I'm hoping that you've seen her before and after photo in the advertisement of this event. And listen, she is amazing. This woman is phenomenal. She has been seen on TVN, Fox, Dr. Oz. I promise you, this is not an average chick that is talking to you today. And so under the anointing of the Holy Spirit, she's going to let us have it. Listen, we are doing health and wellness His way, bringing you healing, health, and hope. And so if you're afraid of a little tongue talking, this might not be the platform for you. But if you're okay with Jesus and you want to get it right, this is just a place for you, because it might just be a little tight. So, Miss, I can't help but be me. For those of you who know me, this is me 100%. We keep it real. If you can't ride with my G.O.D., we can't ride at all. And so, Miss Belinda, so go ahead and hop on in anytime right there for me.
Okay, hey, well, first of all, let me thank you for this opportunity. I always enjoy any moment or any opportunity that God affords me to share my voice of fitness. And I must say, you're giving me these kudos. Let me tell you, just because I got a few accolades or whatever, I am inspired by your transformation.
Wow.
And not only am I inspired by your transformation, I'm inspired by the journey that you're using to impact others. Because you inspire me. I love it. I must put this in. I'm a little jealous because I want to be a I want to be a runner, and I just do not like running, but I like what running does for my body. Wow. If I can just get the desire to like it.
Isn't that amazing? Oh, girl, you dropped that one on me. She just dropped the bomb on me. I'm sitting here thinking like how this woman is inspiring to me. I'm admiring her transformation, saying, okay, yes, Lord. I'm ready to take it to another level. And she's right here looking at me running like, listen, I'll tell you every step of the way. I'm saying, Lord, you say you'll not cause my foot to be bruised. Lord, you say you will sign your angels. Listen, everything. In the beginning of my running journey, it was scripture, words, self-talk, all of that is what has got me to the point from having to do it and making it a habit to it being done effortlessly now. And so that would be my little tip for you.
Well, I'm going to just by watching your videos and your posts, I did start running, and I started doing 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 5 minutes on. And I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to let you know when I get to running straight 30 minutes.
Wow. Oh, my God. Listen, that is such a privilege. You did my heart so good just now. You know, many times you think that you're sharing, and you don't think that people are getting it, but that just blessed my heart so much. I just want to say thank you. And so for you being an inspiration to me, and it just does my heart good to know that somehow I might have inspired you. But ladies and gents, it's all about you this evening. And so this is just a little sisterly love going on. We love it on y'all too. We love it on you too. The chat room is open. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Belinda is now going to share just a little bit more about herself with us, about her transformation. And then she's going to give us some tips on what you can do and how you can apply some techniques maybe to your everyday life so that you can eventually see the change and be the change that you desire to be. So go ahead, Ms. Belinda. We all want to know, how did your story start? When did it start? What inspired such a change? And what gave you the confidence to get up on that stage and that 2 piece? I want to know.
I think that was a shock to us all. But listen, for those that hello, first of all, great Sunday, happy Sunday to all the healthy leaders that are on the line, or that will get a chance to see this replay or recording.
Yeah.
But I am Coach B.Fit. That's what I'm affectionately called in my profession. I'm born and raised from Memphis, Tennessee. My husband and I, we made a decision to move to Maryland about 4 years ago. So
Okay.
this is where I design. So I wanted to share with you all first a little bit before we jump into the health and fitness vision, a little bit on how Coach B.Fit was born. How did I give birth to Coach B.Fit? So as you notice, I said I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, the little southern town where it's always good food, but not always good for you. I'm sure you can relate.
I know
But
that.
I mean, you're talking about a country girl where fried chicken, smothered potatoes, pork chops, fried corn, sweet tea, sugar in the tea, Kool-Aid, every day in my household, and nowhere near fitness. Fitness was never a part of my upbringing. So I did not embrace fitness until years later. I am 42 now. I did not embrace fitness until years later. So, so I like to share that I remember driving down the street one day, getting a call from my mom. Now, it's 5 children, and my mom and dad, we raised by the same mom, the same dad, all of us. And we lived in a household together, and we ate like I just described, and we ate. And we just had no physical activity in our life unless we was walking, getting in the car, or going into a store, or sitting, just sitting most of the time. No type of physical exercise. So after we all grew up and got grown and got out of my mom's house, we went on about our way, but still eating the same way we used to eat, no change or anything. So I remember getting a call from my mom, and my mom in the background, when I can tell in her voice that something was wrong. Okay. And I heard her very clearly. I remember this call very clear. She said, "Linda, get to the hospital. They rushed your dad to the hospital." So after she contacted all of us, we all got down to the hospital, and we were standing in the room hearing the news from the doctor saying that if my father did not get a kidney transplant, a kidney donor within a few weeks, we stand a strong chance of losing him.
Wow.
All of his kidneys had just shut down. So the dialysis were not working as the doctor had planned for it to be. And I just remember at that moment, standing in that room, it's like I had so many mixed emotions going on. It's just like I shut down. I was angry. I was sad. I was just up and down in my emotions. But although we were hearing that dreadful news, the saddest thing about all of that was going on is that nobody in the room was healthy enough to give my father a kidney, even if we were a match. Yeah. Because in that room, there was high blood pressure, diabetes, pre-diabetic, a 415-pound sister. All of us were overweight. We all had some type of challenges going on in our bodies where we were not healthy enough to even do the surgery. Wow. And see, that right there was enough for me. And that's what, at that moment, I remember saying something on this order. I said something like, not another moment will come my way, or another opportunity will come my way where I'm not in the best shape I can be in if I wanted to give a family member, a loved one, a part of me to allow them to live. Wow. So that right there was an awakening for me. That was my awakening. Now, thank God, after much prayer, coming together as a family, my dad was blessed with 2 kidney transplants. Oh. And he's living well now. 10 years later, he's living very well. Yeah, yeah. But that was the wake up call. That was the moment Coach B.Fit was born. So I immediately started with my family. Mm-hmm. We started a boot camp. Now, at that time, I didn't have a lot of knowledge about the foods and all of that. So what I did, I knew I had enough knowledge to not put a lot of sugar in things. Yeah. So I cut back on things that I knew was not right. Mm-hmm. A lot of the sugar, the heavy seasoning, the fried every day. So I just
deep fried chicken had to go.
Oh yes,
double fried, coated with flour, sometimes some cornmeal. Come on,
right?
Somebody drunk tonight.
Exactly, you are talking right.
Okay.
But that's what we did. We just started cutting back, and before you knew it, it became noticed by the neighbors and the community, and eventually we started a huge boot camp. and I started teaching a boot camp, but the people that were coming in were families. So I started imparting in families the gift of health and fitness. Yeah. I started sharing my voice. My sister, who was 415 pounds, she went down half her body size. And, the diabetes went away. The high blood pressure went away. There were people that would come in the class that were on like 10 different medications. They're on no medication now. So it was just a lesson to be able to be in a position to share the gift of health and fitness with the, not just the body of Christ, but to other people that wanted to be a part of being healthy. So that was the beginning of Coach B.Fit being born.
Okay, that was an awesome story. That brings me back to first point number one, guys. For those of you watching and who've been watching, not just the transformation and the journey, but you know, one of the first things I like to tell persons before you begin any health and wellness journey, you need to have a reason. You need to know your why, because at the end of the day, when you want to fail, when you want to quit, when you don't want to work out, when you don't want to go to the gym, when you don't want to chug that extra cup of water, it is that why that's going to keep you focused. And she just shared with us her why, a strong why, to be able to help to give the gift of life. If you were in the position or had the same situation or circumstance happen to you, if you had a child, if you had a husband, she had a father, this wasn't a second cousin twice removed. No, this was my daddy, the one who gave birth to me, and now I'm unable or considered unfit to give life to him. Come on, somebody. This is why we have taken the time out to lay this foundation for you to search yourself, for you to really determine what you want and to get it in your focus so that you can now take the steps every day to eventually achieve the overall results that you want. I want to thank you for that testimony, because that's already given me goosebumps. And so, guys, we're going to be covering the who, the how, the why, the what, and the when. She just shared the number one motivating factor, her why. Now we're going to talk about the what, the who, and the when. How long did this process undergo? What year was it? And when did you actually achieve the results that you so desire? Tell us a little bit more about the journey, because people see the end result and people don't understand the process. The world teaches us to look at the finished product and admire a thing of beauty. No one teaches us that this, and you've got to go through the process to get to that thing of beauty. Enjoy the process and be content therein, understanding there is an end coming. And so I want you to talk to the people a little bit more about that aspect of your journey.
Sure. One of the things that I tell anyone, whenever you start a health and fitness journey, it's so funny that you talk about the why. If you don't have a why, you'll find yourself always on what I call the seesaw mentality. You'll be up one moment and going strong with your health and fitness journey, and then something comes up, a challenge, or as we call it, a monkey wrench obstacle, you drop back down. So you just seesawing up and down, up and down. So one of the things that got my attention when, as I made a decision to elevate in my health and fitness journey, I made a decision 2015, to take my health and fitness journey to another level. Now, keep in mind that the decision that I made was a hard decision. I found that I was slacking in my eating, and I was becoming comfortable where I was. I was like, well, I can go eat this and go work it out. You know, try to outwork a bad diet. And I found myself that was not healthy. I was going away from my why. Mm-hmm. Because your why is not about just working out. My why was not just about working out. That wasn't the only thing that was going to keep me healthy. Mm-hmm. My decision to live a healthy and fit lifestyle, not just a fit lifestyle, but a healthy and fit lifestyle, it was my why. Because I always wanted to be in a position to share any part of me that I needed to share to help give someone else's life, whether it was through my body parts, whether it was through my mouth by sharing the gift of health and fitness by speaking. But I always tell people, start with a vision. Your vision speaks to your direction. It allows you to know where you're going. So I had to start with the decision. I had to write my vision out. I couldn't just cut and paste. And here's my vision board for those of you.
Ooh.
But,
well, since we're sharing, I have some pieces here that I'm putting together from my vision board. And so that's what we're up to tonight, ladies. And I want to do a close-up on this. Can you see that lady right there in the corner? That is Coach. And so when I talk about the who, the what, the when, and the why, this is going to be my who. Because guess what, ladies? Every coach, I don't care how far advanced you are in any process, I believe in mentorship. And so listen, pray for me because this is going to be my mentor. And so I love what she did to her body. And guess what? This is what I'm going after. And so I have to go to somebody who's already did it. And so she's now able to say to me on those days when I think that I can't do it. We have those moments. We're all human. The Bible says, let's heal him. Come on. And we all fall short. And so she has to feel it. And so she has given me the stamina to know that I can do it. And so ladies, get a hold of that person in your life. Mentorship is key to success. It's the fastest way to get to where you want to go. Hello, somebody. I just want to pop that in.
So as I started last year to on this journey of competing, my decision was to compete in a fitness competition because that was something I had never done before. So I knew that would elevate me in my health and fitness journey. Now, keep in mind that I said I never competed before. So you would think the first thing you would need to do is go get you some help from someone who knows that industry. Well, I just jumped out there on my own, thinking I knew what I was doing because I was a fitness coach and instructor and all of that. Well, I was all over the place. So I finally made the decision to hire a coach. So in the midst of hiring a coach, yes, this fitness coach has a coach. In the midst of me hiring a coach, after us doing all the talking, he asked me one question. He said, "Do you really want this?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "I don't want you to just do lip service. Your yes will be action, not just lip service." And, you know, in my mind, because I didn't know anything about that industry, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, okay, what we're going to do, change the eating a little bit and do the workout.
Yeah, I'll give up popcorn, I'll, get rid of the Kool-Aid, like, yeah,
So I tell you what, as I began to delve into that particular arena, I found out a lot of things about myself that I didn't realize was there. I didn't know I had a food addiction. I wasn't aware that I had no self-control. I wasn't on a level where I could not, so there were times I found myself doing the opposite of what my coach told me to do. And he was the one that God had sent my way to help give me guidance to get to the place I needed to get on stage.
Wow.
In the midst of me going through that, I identified the things that were hindering me from living my best life now in my health and fitness journey.
Wow.
So the first thing is that I found out what was hindering me. And some of those things that God was showing me that were in my heart, it made me want to shy away because it was embarrassing. I didn't realize that was part of me, but it was. I was in denial at some point, and then at some point I would admit it, and then I'll take it back and go back and forth. So all of that, I had to deal with all of that. That is part of being healthy and fit. Your mental is part of being healthy and fit because it affects everything.
Yeah.
In identifying that, it helped me jump over the hurdle that was holding me back. And what was holding me back was myself. It wasn't nobody I can blame, no matter how much they hurt me, what they said, what they did, what they didn't do, and what they didn't say. It did not matter. I was holding myself.
When I tell you preachers, hello, come on, somebody. I got a shot and an amen in this corner with you. When I tell you, okay, first of all, for those of you who don't know, because I have to talk as if some persons already know my story and some persons don't. And so I'll just reiterate for those of you who might be watching the replay or catch it live. And so my story is just simply this. I had 2 children in 3 years. I gained up to 320 pounds, and I recently celebrated the release of 100 pounds. But that was merely only a piece of my story. All of this happened during a time when sickness hit my family. I was told that my husband had leukemia. I was told that my 12-week-old daughter at the time had picked up pneumonia, and this was at the time he was already hospitalized. She was on the table, and the pediatric doctor that's examining my daughter is observing my 2-year-old son at the time, telling me that he believes that he was autistic. And so when you talk about a mind battle, when you talk about a spiritual battle, all of this was happening in my life at the same time. And here I was thinking that I was the last one standing, unbeknown that there was a silent attack going on the inside of me. Their attack was already being discovered. It was already being exposed, but mine wasn't. Nobody knew that I was having shortness of breath. Nobody knew that I was having tightness in my chest. I could not make it up a pair of stairs, a flight of stairs without holding on for dear life. That was not the original plan for God for our lives. And it was in those moments I could remember in a time of praying and fasting, crying out to the Lord about my husband and my children, that he woke me up with my sleep saying 3 words, Belinda: run, run, run. Listen, and run for my life. That was the first time in more than 5. You asked me if I was a runner. That was where it began.
Wow.
And I ran. I literally ran for my life. I could remember running down this long stretch, this long highway road, and just talking. I do a lot of self-talk. And so all of this happens, and all of these things happen when I run. And so this is why it has become such a liberating experience. Sometimes life and the noise of life can drown out your own voice and his still voice. And it was in this time that so much things, like you just said, was exposed, what was hindering, what was happening, what was the plan of the enemy, what was going on the inside of me, on the verge of a heart attack, young woman, mother, wife, 2 children, may not live to see them grow up. This was my breaking point. This was my aha moment. And this was when my journey to weight loss began of 100 pounds. And that started, I had the yo-yoing at the latter part of 2014, but somewhere in 2015, I got to look in the mirror. I got to look at a photo, and I remember standing next to 2 women, and I was like, wow, I'm standing next to greatness. And I was not pleased with how I physically looked. And the Holy Spirit said to me, they're standing next to greatness. Sometimes we don't know who we are, and he has to remind us. And so one of my platforms and my mantles is we do a lot of emotional eating. And so during that time, all of these things, I had to cut, I had to be shredded, I had to be stretched. Listen, I know you're getting a little more than you bought off tonight, but somebody needs to hear this because he can relate. I can relate. So there's nothing that none of you are dealing with or going through on the other end of the platform that's new under the sun. But we came to tell you this evening that all things are possible. She did it. She transformed her life, her body, and God is transforming her mind. And still, even today, listen, he's still working on me. You remember the song? To make me what I ought to be. Come on. It took him just a week to make the moon and the stars. So give him a little more time and give yourself some grace to know that you did it. So I'm going to let you go right there, Belinda.
Yeah, you were teaching there, girl.
See what I said?
It's so important that you tune your ear into what God is saying when you are going through things that you didn't expect, and things you don't wake up and expect to happen in your life. Because no one wakes up and won't desire that their children be this, or their husband be this, or they be this on their own self. So one of the things that I really embraced was I had to find out, what does being healthy and fit look like for me? So this is number one, the first key component of living a health and fitness lifestyle. Ask yourself this question: what does being healthy and fit look like for you now? Not when you were 20, not when you were in high school. No, what does being healthy and fit look like for you right now?
I just want to let them know I'm taking my notes. Listen, you guys, you know how the teacher is talking, and I'm about to be prepared. Because sometimes I love it. We get caught up in the past. I remember what I looked like when I was 16. Right. I'm going to get my high school body back. You can't get that body back, two children. No, sister. It's real tonight. You're going to get a version of healthy.
And we have to realize we can't do the things that we did back in 20 when you have kids now. When you were back 20 years ago, you didn't have children. You didn't have husband.
No.
You may not have had the job you had now. No. But you have to first come up with, what does being healthy and fit look like for you right now? Is it drinking more water? Is it eliminating some of the relationships that is causing the stress and the weight gain? Is it getting a new job? What does being healthy and fit look like for you right now? It goes far and beyond just going to a gym. because it affects every area. Every area of your life affects your physical body. So what does being healthy and fit look like for you? And write that vision. Write the vision of it. I learned that one of my things that I knew that it was going to take for me to be healthy and fit during my competition season was I had to drink a gallon of water, where I wasn't used to drinking a gallon of water. Okay. So that was one of the things on my vision board: hydrating, drink more water. And I just didn't write down drink more water. I didn't copy and paste a gallon of water and put it on my vision board.
Yeah.
I actually put steps toward what it was going to take to drink water. Because having a picture of it don't bring it to pass.
No.
My thing was, every morning when I got up, I just immediately drank 20 ounces of water. 2 hours later, another 20 ounces. Every time I release, I fill my body back up with water. Awesome. And before you knew it, I was done with a gallon of water before 6 p.m.
So here's the thing, ladies, what I want to highlight what she said. She had a strategy for the strategy. That makes sense? Her overall strategy was to be ready for a fitness competition. And so she implemented strategies to achieve that ultimate goal, but she had sub-strategies, sub-goals in their sub-systems to ensure that the overall goal that she's trying to achieve would come to pass. Love it.
Yes. And so that was one of the things. Once I wrote that vision, I wrote down what it was going to take to actually get the body that I needed to hit that stage. One of them was drinking water. One of them was getting rest. What does healthy and fit look like for you right now? And right now, at that time, was me creating the vision, creating my environment to look like I was already on the stage. So I had to create the steps. It was, I had to imagine it, and I had to speak it. I had to do it. Imagine it. I spoke it out of my mouth, and I had to do it. It wasn't just easy just saying, oh, I'm going to be in a fitness competition. Because like I said at first, I started, and I was all over the place. When I got some guidance, I hired a coach who gave me some guidance, who was very, very strict on me. He didn't spare my feelings. I realized that my feelings didn't matter. Okay. It was about what I was committed to.
Yeah.
And you deal with all of that when you're working on your health and fitness journey.
Yeah.
And I learned that your vision never changes, but your steps may change.
Yeah.
You have to be flexible. Yeah. My vision always remained to be healthy and fit, and at that time to hit that stage. That never changed. But what did change were my steps to get to the stage. They changed according to maybe a challenge arose. Like I went to the doctor. They told me I had high blood pressure. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to take meds. Mm-hmm. I found out my dad had cancer. Mm-hmm. My dad is 900 miles away. And I'm not, I mean, all of those things came up. But my vision never changed. It never negated the fact that, first of all, God was calling me in that fitness arena. Yeah. I accepted the call. He met me before this day ever came, before I got bad news. He knew that day was going to come. My job was to attain the wisdom for the moment it came to me.
I have a question for you. And you said that it just came into my mind and came into my spirit. And I think it's something that I'm possibly dealing with in my mental mind. Because I've said to myself, since coming in contact with you and following you and looking at your photos and looking at your journey, I'm like, Lord, I want that. I know that He's called me to health and wellness, healing, fitness, the whole gamut of it. And He's been dealing with me with my weight and my mindset progressively. And I know it's time for me to take it to the next level. And so I remember thinking, I'm coming to the two piece. I'm coming to the two piece. So first of all, if you don't know, I'm going to say it anyway. I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. Okay. So I come from an old Baptist background. You know, your grandmother tell you wear skirts to your ankles, hair, and everything. The Lord is with thee. Hello, somebody. Thank God for saving grace. You know, everybody has to deal with their own convictions. What the Holy Spirit convicts you of, He may not convict me of. What He's anointed you for, He may have anointed me for something else. So, you know, we can't walk in each other's shoes. And so when you said what you said just now, my mind went on. I'm like, okay, Lord, if I'm already preparing myself mentally, Sherelle, you're going to be in a fitness competition.
Oh, yeah.
I'm preparing myself to be in a fitness competition. I have a ways to go, but I'm willing to put in the work. And so in my mental mind, okay, you're going to work your body, you're going to work your mind, getting over intellectual things now. How was that a process for you? Now, you may not see, our backgrounds are different. And so you may have not come from that maybe strong, structured, grandmother tie you up in a room type of background. You might have had a free spirit. It might have been something you would have done before, maybe prior, pre-Christ, you know, nothing. But for me, it is. And for somebody else who might be thinking of that process, if you can help me, help me in my life right now. Help me. What would you say to me who is interested in entering a fitness competition and who's eventually going to have to cross that river and get into either one piece or two piece? What would you say to me at this point in time?
First of all, have a purpose for attending or for getting in those competitions, even if it's just to something for an experience for you. Have a purpose for it. My purpose started off as just something I wanted to experience. But later on, as I got into the competition, I found out it was a purpose for being fulfilled by God through me.
Wow.
And the way I identified it was when you walked in, during my first competition, I walked in, and I'm new to this thing, didn't have a clue to what I was doing. People will start coming up to you. You look different. Can you pray for me? And I'm like, I never said I gave my life to Christ or nothing. But God will begin to put people around you to remind you who you are. He will allow His light to shine through you wherever you go. And He will have people strategically in place to remind you who you are.
Wow.
At that moment, it didn't matter what people were sending in my inbox, telling me I'm showing too much flesh. I was sending it back, don't be moved by flesh, because I'm not.
That's
I'm
right.
fulfilling God's purpose in my life.
Yes. I love it.
They'll talk about you regardless. And I do have a background, like I grew up what they call Church of God in Christ, where they call it they give us the do's and the don'ts, some of them, and it was just very strict. You know, you couldn't wear this and you couldn't wear that. But that's where I got my foundation from. So I ate the meat and I threw away the bones.
I love the point that you gave, because I'm the type of person, when I focus, when I know that there's purpose, and especially when I know that the Lord is leading me to a particular thing, I can care less than anybody. Listen, Belinda, I can care less than. My husband calls me uncompromised. I even did a video on this before. He said, "You are so uncompromising." I was like, "What do you mean?" And I came at it in a little negative twist at the time, because I wanted something from the store at 9 o'clock in the night.
I saw that post.
But when I thought about it, if we become uncompromising in the things of God and the things of purpose in our every desire, then listen, there's nothing that can move you from achieving those ultimate goals. And so I so love what you said, be focused. If I would have to say that there is a purpose at this time, for me, Belinda, in terms of my weight loss goal and process, and this may help somebody, challenges help to keep me going. I go from one challenge to another, to another, to another. It's like the rhythm for me. And if you break the rhythm, if you tend to backslide, you tend to slip. You know, life is about balance and purpose. And so I like the aspect of people not feeling that they're being missing something. And so you can do 7 days or 21 days sugar cleanse, and maybe at the end treat yourself with a piece of cheesecake. My God, you can have a piece of cheesecake, you know, without feeling like I don't know. That's not me. That's not me. The Bible declares that we can eat, drink, and be merry. He just tells us not to indulge in gluttony, not to be sinful. But He says to enjoy the things that He created on this earth. And so we're here just trying to get some balance. Hello, somebody, and to help somebody else get balance. We ain't throwing the off at you. We ain't throwing the foot at you. Listen, we ain't slamming the door at you. We saying, listen, we welcome you, brother. We welcome you, sister. We've done it. You can do it. And we're all in this journey together. So any other points you'd like to leave with us today, Ms. Belinda?
Yeah, write the vision, take action immediately. And last, grab hold of courage. Courage will take you far and beyond any feeling, any number on the scale, whether it moves up or moves down. It'll take you beyond those moments where you don't feel like it. Just grab hold of courage, hold on to it, and allow it to carry you and help you fulfill your purpose when it comes to your health and fitness journey in any area of your life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Something else is coming into my spirit, guys. You're winding down. If you're on live with us, if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat room. We will definitely ask Miss Belinda before we leave. But I'm going to ask this question because it came in our Facebook community. For those of you who are not a part, the War Against Obesity, the cause is where it is at, bringing you some support, healing, health, and hope his way. But one of the questions that was posed from a poll that we asked is about family, health, and wellness and fitness in the journey. And so we have a lot of women in our Facebook community who are mothers, who are wives, and so they face the challenge of trying to make a lifestyle change, but they have resistance from family, they have resistance from children. You talked early on about your family circle in terms of mother, father, sister, and brother, but I don't remember if you mentioned anything about maybe husband and children when you first initially made this change. How was the process? Did they adjust well? And if not, how did you incorporate? Was there any change? Anything along that line before we go? Because we are family oriented, and as mothers, as co-partners in a home, we understand that what we do ultimately affects children, husband, everything else that makes up our cycle and our system. And so what would you say to the mother who is watching right now, who is about to engage in this journey and don't quite know how to get children, family, or maybe husband on board?
Well, one of the ways my husband was in no way part of the fitness journey. and neither were my kids. I have two children. They're grown now. They're my big babies now. I have a 21-year-old and a 25-year-old.
Okay.
However, in the beginning, after years of trying to get my husband to change his eating habits, as I began to embrace my health and fitness journey, it became very frustrating. I will say that. And we went back and forth, like it just wasn't working. Mm-hmm. And finally, I had to have a sit down with him and let him know that I think you're being very selfish, because if anything happens, it changed everyone's lifestyle because of the things that you're doing putting in your body that are causing these challenges to come up. So I think if you just we just had a heart to heart. I explained to him the importance of taking care of the body and why I wanted him to take care of the body, take care of his body, so we can be examples to our children and our children's children. And after having that heart-to-heart talk, we came up with creative ways where we can still enjoy the foods that we like, because that was the issue, but to also put live food in us that will cause us to live a better life than what we were living. So it's just about having that communication is key. Communication is key. And sometimes I hear a lot from my clients that are stay-at-home moms, or that are working moms who don't seem to have the time to get a workout regimen in because they don't have the help or the support that they think they need. My thing is, do what you can do whatever little time you have. I started off with 10 minutes a day. I did 10 minutes a day, every day, for I know about 6 to 8 months.
Wow. How long did it take the transformation?
The transformation, let me tell you, I saw transformation in about 90 days. Wow. I used to have a flab on my arm. I used to have the hottest cheese thighs. Mm-hmm. And I always carry weight in my stomach. And
ladies, you guys hear, this is why I cut, don't do it. Please, man. Have you guys seen, let me shut up over again. I wish I had your before photo. I don't have a before photo, but I have an after photo.
Let me find one of the before, because the before I had is don't even do an adjustment, but I carry weight in my thighs and stomach.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna take her word for it. I'm gonna take her word for it. Listen to me, ladies. I told her before we came on the air, I said I spread wide to the left and to the right. I had almost 60 inches across my hips and thighs, y'all. Oh, wow. See, from this photo, I only can see a little bit. I can see a little belly. No lie, I can see a little belly. I can see a little belly.
I wish it was a little belly.
I can see a little belly. telling y'all. See, we all have a story. We all have a story. Listen, Belinda, trust me. And so there you have it, ladies. She just shared with you some tips for those of you. She's saying to you, she herself, the expert, the fitness expert, she got up on a stage and she competed, transformed her body, transformed her mind through the grace of God. She did it, and she did it facing some of the very same challenges that you are facing. Baby steps. She said she started with 10 minutes a day. Sometimes we want to go too fast and then we bomb out even faster. It makes no sense. If 10 minutes is what you can commit to, then you commit to 10, then you commit to 20, then you commit to 30, and before you know it, you will be where you desire to be. And so there you have it. That brings me to the end of this segment. For those of you who are interested in hearing more from Miss Belinda, please message me or inbox me. Miss Belinda, let them know how they can find you, how they can follow you on social media, follow you on Instagram. Listen, ladies, I follow her Instagram page religiously. I'm on Facebook, but I just like photos. I love the photos that she shares on Instagram. I love it, I love it, I love it. So let the person viewing know how they can find you on Instagram, how they can find you on Facebook, any services that you offer. Oh my goodness, listen. And this beautiful woman is an author. I've been stalking her book. She has a Psalm of Wellness. I'm going to let her tell you. You all know who Sherelle is. I'm going to let her tell you herself. Go ahead and share your social media platforms and let them know some of the products that you have that can possibly alter and change their life.
Okay, please. So please connect with me. I would love to assist you on your health and fitness journey any way I can. I do consulting, fitness consulting, as well as I do have programs that can help you get to your next level, your next healthy and wealthy place in your health and fitness journey. You can follow me at Belinda B.Fit Johnson or at Coach B.Fit on any other social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Belinda B.Fit Johnson or at Coach B.Fit. And my website for my newest book is Fitness Shift. This book has 15 courageous women who use fitness as a way to shift their destiny. That you will find yourself somewhere in this book. You can identify and help realize that change and hope is possible.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There you have it from our fitness expert herself. She's also part of our Facebook community. We are so honored just to have her. So she's coming from amongst us. Come on, somebody. And so God says he's taking us from glory to glory. And tonight, I believe we experienced another level of glory. And so, Belinda, final words before we go. If you would have to motivate, if you would have to leave them with one thing for this evening as they walk away from this wellness vision board party this evening. Listen, ladies, we didn't do our gluing and our pasting, but we surely gave you enough nuggets and foundation for you to build upon. I hope that you're going to leave from here tonight excited and motivated, writing the things down and the steps that you're going to execute to see those results. And so what would be that last thing you would say to that wife, to that mother, that business professional who was trying to make up their mind that they were going to live and have a healthier life? What would you say to them this evening?
My motto is fitness starts now, never later. Don't allow any external thing cause you to miss out on big opportunities, especially an opportunity to live life. Wow. Start somewhere. 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. The key is be consistent with whatever minutes you start with.
All right,
Please, just start.
Just start. Just play, like Nike said. Just do it. And so, first of all, Belinda, we just want to say thank you for being with us this evening. Oh my God, I enjoyed. I'm pretty sure we may have even gone over our time, but that's what happens when you're having fun. On behalf of the women and the maybe men who tune into this video now and later, we just want to say thank you for being such an inspiration for walking and fulfilling God's purpose. Know that you're motivating not just me, not just those, but people across the world. And so, from the faceless, the nameless, and maybe the voiceless, we say thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to you, we say bye-bye.